Ladies and gentlemen, everyone who left a like on my Call of Duty Mobile is scamming us video should really just give themselves a pat on the back right now, because we just did a huge step in terms of making sure that something like this does not happen ever again. I'm going to do a quick rundown on the timeline of the Halloween Lucky Draw scandal, and then give you guys an update on this overall situation, because trust me, you guys want to stick around to hear about this. On October 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Call of Duty Mobile released the Halloween Lucky Draw. To play, you would have to pay 40 COD points, and the draw would randomly fall on an item, and then you'd go and win that item. They showed the probability of each item in the more info section, and that was that. Until the truth came out. Not only did they not specify the amount of COD points you would need to spend in order to get all the items in the Lucky Draw, but the probability numbers themselves were not correct. After noticing this myself and realizing how truly wrong this was, I actually made a video 10 hours later calling Call of Duty Mobile out for doing this. That video is currently at 115,000 views and 8,000 likes. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if it wasn't for you guys liking that video, YouTubers like The Quartering and The Angry Joe Show probably wouldn't have picked up on this story. On October 23rd, Angry Joe Show actually made a rant video explaining the whole situation about Call of Duty Mobile and the Halloween Lucky Draw, and he reiterated a lot of the same things that I did in my own video. The video that he made was a great video, and he just really nailed the community's reaction towards this whole Halloween scam. With that said, by him making that video, one of his viewers, who goes by the name of user/ZeroSumGames on Reddit, made this post on the Call of Duty Mobile subreddit. Attorney inquiry regarding Lucky Draw. Hi COD folks, I'm an attorney and a former game developer. Today, I have a law practice focusing mostly on litigating business disputes related to technology. That is, I sue companies and defend lawsuits that involve software. I came across this Lucky Draw issue by watching an Angry Joe video and reading some stories, and I am blown away by what I've seen here. On its face, I think the practice is clearly deceptive and unfair. They label the skeleton skin and the gun as purple items and make no distinction between those two items and the other two purple items in the spin. It's clearly meant to deceive people into thinking these items have the same odds. My inquiry to you folks is how many people are affected by this? Are people getting ripped off all over the country? I often look at video game controversies with an eye towards finding a good cause to put together a class action suit, and I think this one has legs. I can tell you that the terms of use do have a class action waiver in them. It's probably enforceable. Nevertheless, I'm interested in seeing what's going on here. The real way to go about affecting change here is to compile these issues and bring them to the state attorney general. While we may have waived our class action rights, the attorney general can bring claims. I'm willing to write a complaint to my state attorney general on behalf of an Oregon consumer, and I will distribute this complaint for others to use. Holy smokes. And he actually gave us an update here, and he said, I filed this with the Oregon Attorney General today. I hope this sparks a conversation in Oregon to help regulate these practices. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen, I am getting goosebumps, because we're truly making a difference here. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and read the letter to the Attorney General. So, dear Attorney General, I am writing this letter to alert you to a predatory and deceptive business practice currently targeting youth in Oregon throughout the United States and beyond. Specifically, this letter concerns two practices that are becoming increasingly prevalent throughout the entertainment software, i.e. video games industry. One, the practice of encouraging consumers to gamble real-world dollars for a chance to win virtual digital items, and two, the practice of deceiving consumers about their odds of winning these virtual items through the gambling portals. In this letter, I will highlight one specific example of a massive industry trend that is ubiquitous across the video games industry. It is my hope that you will come to share my concerns regarding this industry trend and take action to protect consumers in Oregon and beyond. Microtransactions explained. Call of Duty Mobile is a free-to-play first-person shooter game developed by Timmy Studios and published by Activision Publishing Incorporated and Tencent Games Company. This game allows users to engage in online multiplayer gun battles without requiring any upfront payments from the players. This game allows users to engage in online multiplayer gun battles without requiring any upfront payment from the players. Instead, the game is monetized, as the industry jargon goes, by permitting users to spend real-world money to acquire virtual currency. Players can spend this virtual currency to purchase digital items to alter their gameplay experience, such as new clothing for characters and new weapons that their characters can use. It may seem very odd to an outside observer, but the perceived value of some in-game items is incredibly high to the consumers playing these games, particularly to players who are interested in acquiring less common in-game items to differentiate their characters and gain social status. It is not at all uncommon for players to spend hundreds of dollars purchasing in-game items in pursuit of this goal. These purchases are known in the industry as microtransactions. Let me be clear that I take no position related to microtransactions in general, provided that the offerer and the purchaser understand it is that they are buying and what the price is. Instead, I write this letter specifically to alert you, the publisher, practice of encouraging the purchaser to gamble their real-world dollars, and the publisher practice of deceiving players as to their odds of winning a wager. Gambling in Call of Duty Mobile. Gambling in Oregon is defined at ORS 167 as occurring when a person stakes or risks something of value upon the outcome of a contest of chance or a future contingent event under the control or influence of the person. It is, of course, illegal to offer gambling services in Oregon outside of some very tightly regulated niche markets. Gambling in video games is not one of those regulated markets, and games like Call of Duty Mobile are inflicting all of the ills of gambling onto our society without being held subject to any of the regulations meant to protect consumers. In Call of Duty Mobile, users are encouraged to purchase virtual currency with real-world dollars. This currency is called CP in the game. Users are then encouraged to gamble that CP to spin a prize wheel to win a prize. One such prize wheel is depicted below and is called the Halloween Lucky Draw. Each of the items depicted in the Halloween Lucky Draw has an associated rarity level that is depicted by the color of the box it is in. The item in the green box is an uncommon item and is the least desirable item. Items depicted in the blue box are rare items and are more desirable. Finally, items depicted in the purple boxes are epic items and are the most desirable items. Specific to the Halloween Lucky Draw event, the Outrider skeleton skin and the AK-47 pumpkin head camo items depicted in the center row of the above image are promoted as and widely considered to be the most desirable items of all. This is where the deception begins. Players pay CP to spin the wheel. Before they do so, they are not informed as to the odds of winning any of the items. They are, however, informed that they cannot receive any prize on the wheel more than once. Thus, if they spin the wheel enough times, they will be guaranteed to get every item. The first spin costs 40 CP, which translates to approximately 45 cents of real money. Each subsequent spin of the wheel costs increasingly more CP, up to 10,000 CP, $100 a spin. To spin the wheel 10 times costs 23,580 CP, which equates to more than $200, and more specifically $295. Setting aside for a moment that this is literally and explicitly gambling, the deceptive practice at issue here is that the presentation of the prize wheel implies that players have the same odds of winning any one of the purple epic rarity items as any other purple item. In fact, data miners have discovered the odds of winning the 2 less desirable purple items are 42% on any given spin, while the 2 desirable items, the skeleton skin and the AK-47, have odds of 3% and 2% respectively. This issue may sound petty in some regards due to the subject matter, but I encourage you to look beyond what it is that's being sold here and to focus on the nature of this depiction and the real harm it is causing to our community. There are a lot of people being affected, not just by Call of Duty Mobile, but other similar games published by Tencent Games. Children and youth people are putting hundreds of dollars into these rigged carnival games, trying to get the big, shiny prize that to them has real value. By failing to disclose the odds of winning any item, and by implicitly representing the similarly colored items all carry the same odds, Call of Duty Mobile is deceiving people. It is preying upon a dangerous gambling impulse in a population comprised primarily of young people. Oregon needs to regulate this business practice. Efforts are underway in other states and in portions of the European Union to regulate this kind of gambling. You may see this practice commonly referred to as the offering of loot boxes. I encourage the Attorney General's office to investigate this practice and to take action to protect consumers while legislative efforts are pursued. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy that this thing was written up. It's actually going to an Attorney General's office, and I'm hoping that this thing can get further pursued, man, because I was reading something recently of some guy saying that he gave his younger brother $20 to go and spend for his birthday, and his younger brother went and spent it on the Halloween lucky draw, assuming that he would go and get the skeleton skin or the AK skin. And obviously his brother responded back by saying, yeah, I got none of those. I got a weapon XP card, I got a crate. So it's just, he wasted his $20 that he got for his birthday, not knowing that these results were scanned from the get-go. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the video today. If there's any type of other information that comes out regarding this, I will be sure to go and let you guys know. But ladies and gentlemen, this is probably going to be one of the final videos that I'm going to go and make on this, because I'd have to imagine it's going to take a couple months in order to go and truly receive a response. But from this point moving forward, we're just going to have to go and wait here. But guys, that is the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. And with that said, my name is Parker. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful and fabulous day, because I certainly am. And I guess I'll talk to you guys in the next video.